Talking about words.
Yeah.
So some people call it a resume. Some people call it a CV. We've already had the discussion about thongs.
Yes.
I can tell you in South Africa that traffic lights are called robots. It's very weird for a lot of people.
Different vision of a traffic light now. I'm going to Google traffic lights. So,
so, which is right? Is there right? Is there wrong? Is there an Australian CV? Is there a resume?
Yeah. So if you talk about CVs and talk about resumes, people are still going to understand either way what you're going to talk about. Where it's more critical is if you are applying for a job through a job board and you can see there the position in front of you, that you need to understand that there's certain words in Australia that mean something different, but they mean the same thing in a strange way. And as an example of that, I'll give you an example of when I first came over here, I went to a football game, soccer game. They call it soccer over here, drives me mad. It's football, but anyway. And it was boiling hot. I was at a stadium called Amy Park, and I was waiting to go into the stadium, and I was like, really need a drink. So I saw a policeman, and I said, is there a garage anywhere nearby? I need to get a drink. And he was like, a garage? Where you park your car? And I was like, no, where you get petrol from? And he went, oh, you need a servo. So
don't ask for directions unless you've been here for a year.
Well, exactly. And also because they don't know. I call it a garage. And so if you're applying for a job and you see the terminology they're using, and let's just say you're applying for a job to be a servo attendant and you've done that in the UK, but you've said garage attendant, they're not going to know what you're on about. So you need to make sure you use the same term, even though it makes no sense to you right now. It's got to make sense to the person who's reviewing the resume. And also we have an applicant tracking system that will match keywords from our position to the resume. So if it's looking for servo through that resume and you've got garage, it's going to go, this person doesn't have any keywords. So you're going to get rated a lower score on your resume. So it's really important that you try and use those words that they use in the job. And obviously when you come over, there's hundreds. Salvation Army is called Salvos. The Melbourne Cricket Ground, which is a beautiful 100,000-seater stadium. It's amazing. You have to go when you come over. They shortened it to the MCG, but then decided it was not short enough, and now they call it the G. So it's my nickname.
It's a bit like Jeff's Shed. I remember somebody telling me, "Oh, meet me at Jeff's Shed," and I was like, "Where? No, it's there. Near the water where the boat." And I didn't know Jeff's Shed was the exhibition centre. Where did that come from?
It's similar to the NEC in the UK. Well, a smaller version of it, but it is funny and. Every day they're coming up with different slang words. They shorten everything, and they like to put an O at the end of it as well, of everything.
So I think the key takeaway there also is coming back to what you were saying earlier, is about having that quality rather than the quantity, and having those key words in your resume that are relevant to Australia.
Yes.
And that will fit through the tracking system.
Yeah, all your answers are in the job advert if you're going that way. You just got to make sure that your resume has as many of those words in it, obviously, as long as you've got those skills and experience. Yes. Because people call them different things. People have different ways of saying something, and you've got to talk the same language as that business.
Correct.
And like I said before about the applicant tracking system, before I even read your resume, my system is going to tell me out of 100 how relevant your resume is to the job ad you've applied for, and so 1 is the lowest, 100 is the best. So so you want to have as many keywords as possible.
Bobby and I, when we were talking the other day, I was saying to Bobby that everybody seems to think that you have to have an Australian CV. Bobby, what was your reply to that when I said, is there such a thing as an Australian CV?
No such thing. If anything, if you're coming from another country and your resume will probably be written better than most Aussies. They are awful, honestly. So use the template and you'll be beating everyone else already. So
thank you, Bobby. I will catch up with you again soon, and appreciate your time.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.